It starts with the faces. They are always almost right. Yuta notices it on the train. A salaryman reading a newspaper lowers it, and for a moment, a rush of impossible familiarity hits Yuta. Grief, affection, guilt, so strong it nearly buckles his knees. He thinks, I know him, but he doesn't. He has never seen this man before. He is certain, and yet the feeling lingers, heavy and misplaced, like mourning a stranger. The man gets off at the next stop. Before the doors close, he gives Yuta a small bow, almost apologetic, as if excusing himself for dying. Yuta laughs nervously. Pull yourself together, he whispers to himself. He blames stress, lack of sleep, anything that keeps the world sensible. But then it happens again, and again. A cashier whose eyes fill with tears when their fingers brush over the change. A child in the park who waves at him like he's a soldier returning from a long war. An old woman who mouths the words, thank you. For what? Yuta has no idea. At night, the dreams come. It's always the same place, a white room with no doors. People stand along the walls, their faces turned away, just waiting. When he begs them to look at him, they shake their heads. Not in refusal, in mercy. Morning resets everything. His apartment is clean. His phone is full of ordinary messages. The world behaves as it should. Solid, continuous, real. Yet, tiny errors begin to creep in. The calendar skips a date he's sure existed. A building near the station vanishes between blinks. A scar appears on his hand and is gone by lunch. No one else seems to notice. Or worse, they notice and pretend not to. Are you feeling more like yourself? His co-worker asks one afternoon. The question is gentle, practiced. What was I like before? Yuta asks her. She hesitates, and in that hesitation he can feel a funeral. Different, she finally says. That night, he returns to the White Room. This time, one person has turned around. It's a girl, about his age. Her expression isn't angry or grieving, just tired. You keep repairing it, she says. Repairing what? He asks. This. She gestures upward. The ceiling glitches, revealing a darkness threaded with cracks of light, like a sky that has been dropped too many times. I don't understand, Yuta says. I know, she replies. You made sure of that. He wakes with her words lodged in his ribs. The fractures in his reality widen. Streets begin to repeat themselves. Strangers greet him by name. His own reflection lags behind his movements, as if reluctant to imitate him. And always, the faces. People he doesn't know, loving him, forgiving him, mourning him. It becomes unbearable. He screams at the empty air, I didn't do anything! The city flickers. For just a moment he sees something underneath. Candles, photographs, rain. Then the illusion seals itself again. Neat, merciful. The next time he enters the White Room, more people have turned toward him. There are so many now. Too many. An audience for a confession he doesn't remember writing. The girl stands in front of him. You asked for this place, she says. You begged for it. Why would I do that? He asks, confused. She studies him, and he realizes she's deciding how much pain he can survive. Because you lived, she says, and we didn't. The memory arrives without permission. A door, his hand on the lock, an anger so bright it made everything simple. He had locked it, not to kill them, just to scare them, just to win an argument, just to make the shouting stop. But fire does not understand just. Smoke, sirens, heat folding the world in half, and afterward there was him, alive. Miraculously, obscenely alive. The guilt had a shape, a weight, teeth. So he carved it out of himself. He built a kinder architecture in his mind, a looping city. Familiar strangers who loved him but could never accuse him. A girl who almost remembered. A world that would reset itself before the truth could ever be completed. I didn't mean to. Yuta whispers, the words catching in his throat. No, the girl agrees, but you did! The White Room trembles. The system he created is waiting to see if he will run again, forget again, begin the anesthesia of another tomorrow. Yuta looks at the people, at what remains of them, held together by the lie he made. If I remember, he asks, his voice shaking, will this stop hurting? She almost smiles. No. The offer is simple. Carry it, or erase us again. For the first time, the reset does not come. No rescue, no sleep. Yuta kneels. The grief floods in, vast and deserved. It does not kill him, it stays. I will remember, he says. Not brave, not noble, just necessary. The world collapses. Mourning, real mourning, unprotected. The news exists, their names exist, what he did exists. People no longer look at him with confused affection. They look with complicated human things, anger, pity, fear, all of it earned. Someone asks quietly, "Are you okay?" Yuta holds the weight of his actions properly for the first time. It bends him, but it is honest. No, he says, and the day does not reset. There is no redemption, only remembrance. And sometimes, that is the closest the living are allowed to come. Thank you for listening. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, grief, or trauma, please remember that help is available. Resources and support lines are listed in the description below. You are not alone. Please take care, and I'll see you in the next video.